Yay.
All right, everyone. We are here today with the amazing. Oh my God, I cannot explain to you how excited I am to see Amanda Hunt.
I'm so excited to see Lauren Mobley.
Honey, we're matching each other energy for energy, bar for bar,
Yes.
like,
I know it's kind
keeping
of
it hype.
it's a later, so we got to hype ourselves up so we don't fall asleep.
That is also true because I have to
Yes.
go to work tomorrow. Maybe, maybe
Oh,
we'll see.
maybe. Mhm.
We're in the throes of the snow days, so that's what's going on right now. But
Right.
maybe we'll see. It's so crazy though how everybody else's district called out except for mine. I'm kind of upset about
Exactly.
that, but
Yes, that's crazy. Y'all get to be put in danger? Just y'all.
all right, all
I
right.
know.
I don't know if I want to risk it. But before we get into it, Amanda, tell us about yourself. I mean, literally, I'm just gonna say everybody already knows you
No,
because
they do not.
you are
You're
the
so sweet.
HLIC, the head librarian in charge. But yeah, the next gen librarian, you on the next level. But go ahead and
You're
just give us
so funny.
the bit by bit, the play by play, like your school, the levels you teach, your day to day,
Sure.
the
Yes. So I am a middle school 6th through 8th librarian in New Braunfels, Texas, which is in between San Antonio and Austin, for those of you that are not familiar with our giant state. And I am also the secondary lead librarian for my district. So we're wearing a couple of hats like librarians are known to do. And my day to day is usually I have classes all day. So I had classes today where I had seventh grade coming in. We're doing a in my 2025 era lesson right now, where they're making some goals, reflecting a little bit, and kind of, getting ready for this new year. And they're enjoying it. At least my Swifties are. The non Swifties are like, what does that mean? 2025 era. I don't know what that is. And so it's been kind of fun to talk with both types of students. So yeah, I get to school super early, and I work really long days, and I usually have a club or a meeting, or something after school, and I usually get home around 5 o'clock, and then the second half of my day begins where I do Zooms and meetings and podcasts and just like other things. So yeah, I work a lot, and I know that's not necessarily the norm. Most people go home and like to decompress with family, but for me, I am single, live by myself, with my dog, and so please do not try to emulate this life. This is like the warning symbol to not do this all the
the.
time. So yeah, balance is something I'm working on.
But it shows that you're so passionate about it. So like, does it feel like work to you? Or is it like, I love it, I live it? Cause that's the vibe that it gives. It doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like you're, tired or like you don't want to do things because I see all the things you do. I'm like, how she do it? She has to love it because there is no way. She loves it or she
Yeah.
can get paid crazy.
You're funny. You're funny. Yeah,
Maybe
we
it's
don't
both.
get,
I don't know.
honestly, though, I think Georgia teachers and librarians make more than Texas. So just keeping that in mind. No, it's definitely for the love of it. Like I'll catch myself sometimes during the day being like, I can't believe this is my job, like that I just get to hang out with students and talk about technology and books and all the things all day long. Of course, there's, the things that are like, if I could just be in my bubble in my library all the time, like that would be amazing. But of course, the more things you're involved in, the more things at like the district or the state or the national level, there's going to be some issues, right? Things beyond your control, such as like all of the stuff going on with censorship and book banning, that I could do a whole episode on, but we're not bringing that into this space. But yeah, I love working with the kids. People ask me all the time, are you ever going to leave? And I see the stuff you're doing. Are you trying to get a job with this company, with this company?
Oh,
I get that a
give us the
lot.
tea.
I absolutely would not. I have been
Oh, okay,
offered,
okay.
yeah, no, 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 no. I've been offered those types of positions before, even doing like educational technology in my own district, and I have
hmm
turned it down because I want to work with kids, and that's bottom line. So I am at the top of my career, and this is as far as I'm going, y'all. So
You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Being a freaking school librarian is like the best job ever.
I agree. I agree. When you
And
get
it's
to actually be a librarian. Yes. And
yes, there's like a little asterisk next to it. It's like depending
yes.
on your school, depending on your
Exactly.
admin, depending on this. But if you got a good little, if
Yes.
the stars are aligned, baby.
Yes, and it took me a while to get here. So it's like I liked that it took me a while to get here because I think I appreciate it so much more of having been in the classroom as a teacher and then having been an elementary librarian, which I was for way too long before I realized
Oh,
middle school was where I was supposed to be. So yeah, I mean, I feel like all of those things led me to this point to really appreciate where I'm at and my admin and my school and my district and all of that. So
What's so funny too about I just left my middle school. Now
right?
I'm in a high school. And
Yes,
I
girl.
before I was a middle school librarian, I was a high school ELA teacher. And so I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, back to the big kids.
Yes. And
You love the middle schoolers though.
I do. And I honestly, I mean, I've thought, of course, like every year when my eighth graders leave me, they always are like, will you come with us? And I think about
Oh.
it. But at our high school, they are so busy with like AP and dual credit and all of this stuff. They don't go into the library regularly like how my middle schoolers do. Like I'm on a 3-week rotation with my teachers. So I see them very regularly. So I'd have to really, I don't know, get creative and think how I can bring people in if I wanted to see the kids at a high school.
When I tell you I'm tap dancing to get those kids in the high school library, I am bringing out all the tricks.
Yes, you have to.
Really, I really
Yeah,
have to. It's working out, but I'm
yes.
like, how
Because
can I
you're
get you to
awesome,
come to read or just be here? Like you don't even have to read,
right?
just come, and I'll try to sneak a
Right?
book on you later. But be in the
And you're
space.
you're like at an academy now, right? Like a
Yes, it's not an academy, but yes, yes. No, it's I'm at the Promise Career Institute High School, which is a brand new
Okay.
magnet high school. It's not a
Got
charter,
it.
it's a district school. And the students get their accelerated career diploma because they take classes at our high school and they take classes at the Atlanta Technical College. So they're getting high
Love
school credit
it.
and college credit in different career fields like
I love
welding,
that.
cybersecurity, graphic design. There's early childhood, so my baby goes to school there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that. Yeah,
it's really
Allie, the
cool.
librarian, does something similar. Like she works at like one of those high schools. She's in the Valley in Texas in Harlingen, and she works at like they're going into the medical field. So it's kind of like that kind of a high school. So I love that. It's so it's specific and goal oriented. Like they know what they're about when they're at that school, those kinds of schools. So I love that.
Yeah, which is very much not how I was in high school.
Yeah, same,
You
same.
know what you want to do now? That's kind of crazy to me because,
Right?
yeah,
Well, there's like
but
a state law in Texas that our eighth graders have to choose what career they have to do and what path they're going on through high school. Like they can change their mind, but in eighth grade, they
mm,
have to sit and plan the next 4 years of their high school and decide which track they're going to go on. So it's real interesting. Some of the expectations we put on these little babies, and so,
yeah, it's like
yeah,
really, can you just be a good person?
right. Let's work on that
can
first.
can we work on being good people?
Everything else will come later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reading on grade level is important. But
Agreed.
anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
So I really want to know though, like, how did you even get into librarianship? How did your road bring you here?
Oh, so both my parents were teachers in the town that I work at. I actually got the opportunity to work as a social worker at the elementary school that my mom worked at her entire career. We got to work together. She was an assistant principal and I was the social worker for the school. And then I realized that social workers don't get paid that much, and that's fine in my early
Mm,
20s, but I was hitting that mid 20s and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, I can't afford to live on this. So
mm,
I thought, well, obviously, like teaching is going to be what I should have done. Right. And I went to school to be a teacher. and I changed my major when I was a sophomore to public relations with mass communication. And so I feel like that really helps me do this job better. Like, being able to promote our libraries and all the things that we do in them. But yeah, so I went and was a third grade teacher at a very rough district. It's near where I live now. Almost all low socioeconomic students. Very, very. It was just real rough, and it was my obviously my first time in the classroom, and they had my number. And it's funny because
Mm.
like I ran into one of my students that I had that long ago, and she's at college now and everything. And she was like, "Oh my God, I loved you." And I was like, "Really?" Because I felt like I was not it. Like I felt like I was
Oh.
struggling every day. So that was really nice to
Oof.
hear.
Oof.
But
Oof.
yeah, it was rough. And so then I was like, obviously, like I'm a big reader just in general. And my mom was like, "Why don't you be the librarian?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a thing. I could do that." Yeah, and so it was the librarian at the school I was at. She was about to retire, and so I was able to kind of slide into that job. And then I had the opportunity to come and work for the district that I live in and that I grew up in. And I did elementary for a long time until I found my love at middle school. I actually work at the school my dad taught at for years and years and years. So it's just very small town vibes, and
Yeah.
just kind of full circle for me. So I've just been very blessed. This is my ninth year at my school. No plans to leave. Absolutely love it. Love my teachers, love my admin, and love my kids. So
Oh, I love that. Manny said y'all gonna have to drag her out of there, honey. I'm not
yes,
leaving.
you know how hard it is to get librarian jobs sometimes when they find a place they love.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's so wonderful. What a road. I didn't know that you started off in social work.
Yeah, we call it Communities in Schools. It's a nonprofit organization that partners with, yeah.
My old
Do
district
y'all
had
have it?
that.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So they're like there you work for communities and schools, but you're housed on a campus. And so I was housed in, again, very low socioeconomic, but it's a school I went to, a school my mom worked at her entire career. So like I knew the teachers, I'd had some of the teachers, like it was just really surreal to get that opportunity. But honestly, it was an amazing job. I
Mm.
just got to have like lunch with the kids. I would do home visits and make sure that they had their electricity bill paid. I got to do stuff for the holidays for them. Like it was just very incredibly rewarding, but also sometimes really hard when you had to, file CPS reports and have to go to court and all of those things like that. So it was rewarding in so many ways, but it can drain on you. Props to every social worker I've ever met because it takes a big, big, big heart to do a job like that.
It does, and I'm sure it gave you a new lens or new perspective, on what your students were going through, and you're kind of able to apply that in your role as a librarian because we have this responsibility to connect kids with all these different issues or different things they're going through to books that speak to them, and so
100%.
you have a very, what's the word? In depth, astute, perhaps. I'm just throwing out vocab, but like you know so many books. You read so many books. I was it It was earlier last semester. I texted you because one of my kids was trying to find a book, and I'm
Yes.
like, you know what, baby, I don't know, but I know who does know. Amanda Hunt. And so I'm like, y'all, I'm like texting Amanda, like, okay, so the girl said the cover is purple. And it's about, and we found it.
Oh,
And
I
you knew
know. Oh my goodness.
it.
I know. I do have like an unhealthy relationship with books, let me tell you. To the
I
point
love
where
it
everything
though.
else, yeah, everything else gets ignored.
And you have like your little the little I don't know, your little byline where it's like a book a day since 2019 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I always wonder if I should ever change that, but I'm like, you know what? I am dang proud of that. I'm gonna keep that on there.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it
It
reminds
was
me of
just,
like a restaurant or something, like serving
yeah.
good coffees and reading books every day.
Yeah, it started because like I guess in 2017, I had summer, we have summers off and I wasn't doing as much as like I do now. And I was just like, I wonder if I could read a book a day this whole summer. And then the next summer I did it again. And then in 2019, we started having COVID stuff on the horizon coming. And so
Hmm.
it was just we were in lockdown and I had already been starting it and I was like, you know what, I'm going to keep doing it. And it doesn't always
Wow.
equal like one exact book a day, but like I'll read maybe three books, finish three books because I always have a couple going in different formats. And so,
Mm.
but yeah, at the end of the year, it's more than 365.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, oh, that's your trick. Okay, that's the trick, guys. So
There you
she
go.
finishes at least one book a day.
Yes, I
And you
try
add, it's
to.
like on a rotation,
Yeah.
a
A
conveyor belt.
physical ebook, audiobook. So,
Wow. And you
yeah.
also said you listened to your audiobooks on like 8 times or something crazy.
If they offered 8 times, I would find a way to make my brain understand it. I know everybody's like, you listen at chipmunk level, and I'm like, well, it wasn't like something I started with. I didn't start on 3.5. I was like, okay, one, I see you. And honestly, I'm a late in life audiobook lover. I used to tell everyone I hated it, like, don't even come at me, like, understand it, love it for you, but I don't want anything to do with that. And then during COVID, I wasn't able to get to my library as often as I usually was. And so I had all these credits that I had just gotten. And I was like, well, we'll try it. And I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab.
Love that book.
Right? I have the tattoo
Oh,
and
oh
everything.
my
And
gosh, that's so
yes,
cool.
I love that book. And the audiobook, like Julia Whalen is like my favorite narrator, and she just killed that book. Like it was so good and it was done so well.
Mm,
And that was it, man. It was like I'm an audiobook lover. And
addictive.
so I just started going up a little bit every time I listened until like I trained my brain at the highest level they offer. So
Yeah, that's so funny because wasn't really into audiobooks either. I don't remember how I started. It must have been for like one of my classes or something. I was in my program. I was like, I want to read all these books. So
yeah.
I was trying to do it and I was like, okay, I could do it while I drive. And that took training because I
Yes.
definitely almost got in a car accident
No.
several times.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm already not a strong driver.
Okay.
So I'm like, I was like in the book and kind of forgot I was driving.
Oh my gosh. I have never heard of that. That is hilarious. Yeah, so please, those listening, do not try it for the
Yeah,
first time
yeah.
driving. Work your way
Very
up on that.
dangerous. Very dangerous.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. But
Oh,
yeah, I look
man.
forward to all of your book posts. You're so thorough. I love the little, what's the word? CW is for content warning. Or
Yes.
like, yeah, I also think like caution. Like
I know,
caution.
right? Caution, just so you're aware. Yeah.
Yeah, but so amazing. And I love the mood boards that you have too.
Thank
If
you.
and you're always such a free giver and so,
Oh,
thoughtful and
yeah.
generous with everything you have. So thank you for that,
Yeah.
Amanda. If you guys don't follow Amanda, you are missing out, baby. You need to go ahead and do that right now. But I'm sure you are because she has like 100,000 followers. But anyways,
You're funny.
um, you
You're
also
funny.
have I'm serious, but you also have really good tech tips. So like your little appetizers. Don't
Yeah,
trademark that because that was real smart.
right? I was like trying to think of something cute, and I was like, oh, okay. And hopefully, I didn't steal it from anyone. If everyone's like, wait, that's
That's
mine,
yours, baby. Claim
100%.
it.
Yeah. But I started doing like, so like as educators and librarians, we don't always have a whole lot of time to sit down and do like an hour lesson on a new app that's coming out or how I can use this, that, and the other, right? Even though we wish we could. And
Mm,
so I started with like, how can I do like short little tips? Like, this is how I use Moat, or this is how I use CuriPod, or however, right? In the library. And so, yeah, I started doing tech appetizers, and I put them on YouTube, and it's just me like doing a screen share of, a website or an app that I'm using with students, and like how they can use it in the library or the classroom. And then that way, I actually had books with Brit put share it with her whole staff, and so it's like good quick PD. They're never longer than like 5 minutes because
Hmm.
we don't have 5 minutes. A lot
It's
of
a
us
little
do
bite
potty
size, a
PD.
little snack,
Exactly,
a little
exactly.
appetizer.
Appetizer, right? So yeah, so for those of you that do potty PD, this might be something you wanted to add to that, or just like a quick how to, and why you should use this app is always good for us
I
to
love
know.
it. Yeah, I definitely watched the Curie Pod one because I was like, "What is Curie Pod? I keep hearing about this. Amanda, tell me what it is." Boom.
Yes. Well, it's like you and I have done the Future Ready Library app smash thing before.
Yeah.
And it's like you got 2 minutes. And I was after
Mhm.
Lauren one time, and she was like trying to go as fast as she could and to get through it and like be under her 2 minutes. It was funny. So
Hey, we people are pressed for time.
I know, I know. And we got to get it out
Just
there.
yeah. So speaking of pressed for time, and spreading the good word about literature, you got books and bingos.
Yes. So, my friend Rachel Fryman is a middle school librarian in Ohio, and she's also a district lead librarian as well. And she and I are always like, we would collaborate on like do different like giveaway things for the month. Like, let's do a February bingo, and highlight romance or highlight Black History Month, or anything that's going on that month. And then finally she was like, let's do a podcast. And I was like, girl, if you do the technical side, I'll talk about books all day long. And so, yeah, we just came back with season two, like Lauren. So
Yes.
we're about the same age in podcast life, and we literally just hop on and chat. We have different themes every week, and it's again not a short. It's like a 20-minute podcast just to listen to on your way and get some. Like for me, I think of it as collection development for librarians. I try to recommend books that are middle grade, young adults that are new or coming out, or what age I would put it with, and then sometimes we do adult books too because we are adults. So I like to read
That
those too.
collection development is so important. Like coming from middle school, I feel like I know middle school
You
books
do. You
front,
do.
back, and center, left, right, center.
Yeah.
However, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
high school books, the YA books, we getting to know each other.
Yeah.
we still we still we're still in the we courting each other. We're
Y'all
still in the early
dating?
phases of
Yes.
the
You're
relationship.
talking? Yes.
So I have kids coming in and they're like, "Oh my god, I want to read," or I'm into, and I'm like, "Oh baby, okay, let's go look around. let's open up this let's open up the jacket on this book and see what it's about."
I know. You need to start having the Melissa Corey, if you like this, read this around. I tell you, that is such great passive programming and recommendations for librarians. Like if you're talking to one kid and others don't need your attention, or you have that kid that doesn't feel comfortable maybe coming up to you yet because they don't know you that well. A lot of my kids get wrecks that way. And honestly, like you have spent so much time reading so much middle grade that yeah, you're gonna
Mm.
have to switch your brain a little bit to the olders. But YA is definitely like my favorite age to read, so that's my jam if you ever need some recs for your
And
your
thank
kids.
you for reminding me about the book rec book because I
Yes.
had that in my middle school and I've forgotten about it. So like
Yes.
my school is brand new. I don't know
Right.
if you knew that, but yeah. So for my listeners, it is brand new. So everything like is still in development basically.
Right. Exactly.
But I totally forgot about Melissa Corey's the book rec thing with the cute little binder that stands up. And I'll link all this in the show notes, guys, because yeah, I'm about to order another one. Thank you for
Yeah.
that, Amanda.
Yeah, and like I have like I think I've made like something like 150 or something, and a lot of them are on the YA side too. So I also have those linked in my bio. If anybody wants them and wants to like print them out or edit them, you can just ask me. I'll send you the template.
Me.
Yeah,
Like the baby from Who
yeah.
Wants to Go to the Four Seasons Orlando? Me. That's how I'm raising my hand because I need all that.
Well,
That
and
was so cute.
a lot of the kids, I do them on like the popular movies or TV shows that are out. So like,
Mm.
if this summer I turn pretty, they'll want to just check out that book because they know from the TV show. But I'm like, okay, but there's so many others that are like that you would also enjoy. So it kind of helps that Netflix is coming out with all of these shows and movies to get kids involved and then they start reading them, and I really feel like we need to do all we can to get kids reading now because it's
Yeah,
not like it used to be. And so
baby.
yep, so any way I can pull them in with that. So yeah, I like doing those because it connects something that they watch for entertainment and that they enjoy, and then to the literature that they can also enjoy and read.
Right. Speaking of Netflix, this is a segue because it's not about Netflix, but it's about movies. Have
Got it.
you seen the cast for Children of Blood and Bone?
I have not. Please tell me.
Oh, oh my god, oh my god! I saw it
I'm
today.
so
Let me pull
excited
it
for
up so
that.
I don't mess it up. Um, but some of the names that I know off the top of my head is like freaking Viola Davis,
That's gonna
um,
be awesome.
Lashana Lynch. Let me see, and I hope this is not fake news, y'all.
She's like spilling all these secrets and it's not even real.
No, no, no. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's
Okay.
true. It's true. It's true.
Okay.
It's true. It's true. I'm doing my research. No, because the author posted it. The author posted
Show
it.
me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Cynthia Erivo,
Oh,
Idris
I love
Elba,
her. He's
Lashana Lynch,
fine. Yeah.
Regina King,
Excuse
and I
me.
don't want to mess up these people's names. Oh, Amanda Steinberg,
I was gonna say, I
Dancing
wonder if
Idris from
Amanda's in it.
Snowball. A
She's
whole
in
bunch of people.
everything
Like
good.
so many people are in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh
the
my
budget is
gosh.
limitless. The budget is limitless. There's
Right?
no budget. The budget does
Right?
not exist.
They know that people are gonna go see this movie. Like, I
Yeah.
love that series.
Yeah,
That
this is
is
gonna be
such a
good. This
good.
movie is not going straight to Netflix. This movie is going to the big screen.
Exactly. With those names, you bet.
Yeah,
That's going to be
amazing.
awesome. I can't wait.
But speaking of big screen, what do you have coming up next?
I have some conferences coming up. So I'll be at TCEA, which is like Texas's version of ISTE, our little
Oh,
small
okay.
version of ISTE. And then I'm going to be at the Alabama School Librarian Conference in 2 weeks.
I love the Alabama School Library Conference.
Right? That seems so awesome and fun. It's my first
They're
one. I
so
can't wait.
wonderful. They're
Yeah,
wonderful.
and yes, they've already been like messaging me on Instagram saying how excited. I'm like, oh, I love that. And then obviously, we have TLA in April that Lauren will be attending
Oh
for the
yeah,
first
I'm
time. I
going to
cannot
Texas,
wait. Woo!
and I'm dressing like Beyonce the whole conference.
Yes, that's why it should have been in Houston. It should have been in H-Town for Beyonce
Wait, are
because
they?
if
Is it not in Houston? Is it not?
it's in Dallas.
Okay, how far is that?
Like 4 hours.
What? I
Girl,
forgot. Texas is huge. Okay,
it
never
is
mind.
huge. I know. Well, I'm also anxiously awaiting Beyonce to announce her tour dates so that I can go ahead and take all my savings and give it
Mm.
to her because that's what I'll be doing in Houston when she
What
comes.
is the announcement going
That's
to
what it is.
be?
It's gonna be that there's a tour. It's got
I
I
don't
like
think
they
so.
accidentally released stuff that day before she pulled it back.
What?
And yes, people were sent invitations and emails saying Beyonce on tour, and then they had to pull it back because she said she wasn't real.
No.
I'm saying that's the word on the street.
What?
Yeah. But also Act 3 is coming soon. It's just gonna be what genre
Uh,
is it? Sorry,
mm.
y'all. If you're not into Beyonce, we just fell
Oh
down a Beyonce
yeah, this
hole
is
right
a
there.
Beyonce
I
podcast
can
right
talk
now.
about it. Yeah, I can talk about about Bay all day
Oh
long.
my gosh. Yeah, she shut
But
down
yeah,
the football performance, Beyonce
um,
Bowl.
mic,
But
yes,
I
and
don't
mic
know.
drop.
I think it's gonna be actually, and I think that it's gonna be a hip hop, maybe disco 80s vibe.
I'm thinking rock and roll. I'm thinking it's going to be rock. She has not done that genre yet. And for
Mm.
Halloween, she dressed in like leather, like with a guitar. And so I don't know. I'm on all these Reddit threads, like trying to figure it out. I have my PhD in Beyonce because I'm like a detective out there. Okay. But yes, I will be at GLA. And North Texas Teen Book Festival.
Oh yeah.
Jason Reynolds is going to be there,
Oh
and
my gosh.
everybody better get out the way,
She
okay?
throwing balls.
I
Back
think
up.
yes, they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me moderate his panel though.
Why not? I want to speak to the
Rose
manager.
Rose Brock knows. She knows that I would
Oh,
not be able to handle
Rose.
myself. Yes,
We finna be in
she.
Rose DMs. She run for this.
She's right. She right. I would embarrass. I've always embarrassed myself in front of him, like literally every single time. But the one I'm most excited about is I'm going to be at the Georgia conference this summer,
Back,
and I'm
back,
so
back, back.
excited.
We are so excited to have you in Savannah for the Georgia Library Media Association conference this summer. The Summer Institute is going down in a big way. You are our library keynote speaker. So if you guys have not got your registration, you better go ahead and get this. Come to Georgia for the
Yes.
Summer Institute. We
Yes. I've never been to Savannah. I've never been to Georgia. And so I am
It's gonna
so
be so much
excited.
fun.
I'm
It's so much fun.
Y'all
This
always have the best time at this conference. And I just
baby, we do it.
yes. Yes.
Doing it big.
And I have
This year we
FOMO.
have. Go ahead. You what?
I have FOMO every year, and now I get to go.
Yeah. So tell everybody they need to be there because it's going to be epic. Of course, you're our library keynote. John Chu is our author keynote, and
Yes.
our special guest is Jerry Craft.
I
So
love
we're going to be
Jerry.
turned up
Yes.
crazy. It's going to be
Yes.
so much fun. Um, our our award ceremony is going to be on a freaking riverboat,
Oh,
like,
I'm
and it's
so
included in the
excited.
registration. It's going to be a party. It's going to be
Yes.
a party. We're so grateful to our sponsor Adobe for bringing you out there so we can have a party. It's going to
Yes,
be
I
fun. It's going to be a
cannot
great time.
wait. I'm so, like, honestly, like, I'm so pumped. And let me tell y'all, Georgia librarians are it, man. Like, some of my closest librarian friends are from Georgia. So I'm so excited to be there and celebrate with y'all and see how Georgia does it. I can't wait.
The dirty South, girl.
You're gonna have to tell me what food to eat. What food do I need to eat when I'm in Georgia? You'll have to tell me all the
Good
things.
Southern food. We're
Yes.
going to have so much fun.
I
I'm
can't wait.
just excited.
Yes.
I'm being silly. Okay. All right, we're about to wrap this. In a nutshell, we're very excited to have Amanda at the Summer Institute. But
I'm very
Amanda,
excited. Y'all, it's
good.
late. We're trying to.
We got the giggles. I got the giggles. Okay,
Yes.
regroup. I might cut this out. I'm about to cut
I
this out.
had a
I'm sorry,
feeling
guys.
that was going to get cut out.
Okay, focused. I'm focused. All right, Amanda. What are you reading right now? I know you're reading 3011 books, but just tell us one or maybe two
One.
that you'd like to share with the group.
Okay. Well, so yesterday, like Lauren said, it was snow day, which never happens in Texas ever. Okay.
Mm.
And it coincidentally fell on the day that Onyx Storm came out by
Oh my
Rebecca
God, you read it
Yarros.
already? You read
Yes.
it already?
yesterday. They gave us the day off for it. I had to. Like, I had to. But Megan Ford is messaging me today, asking me questions about. I'm like, no, ma'am, you need to read it. Everybody go read it. You
Mm,
just don't have to
yeah.
finish it like the second like that. But I'm also and I enjoyed it. I have my review. If you wanna DM me and talk about that cliffhanger ending, we can do that too.
Oh no, it's a
But
cliffhanger.
yeah, I think there's going to be 5 books. So this
Oh
is only 3.
no.
I know. And we got another year or 2 to wait. I know. It's
And
crazy.
you read it in a day? I'm gonna be soaking it up. I'm gonna be reading
Yes,
like a
that is
chapter.
true. So many of my friends were like, no, I want to savor it. I'm like, okay. But I
Hmm.
need to be
Come
like,
on,
on to the
Zayden.
next. Ah, he can get it. I love Zayden. Yes, I'm
If you guys
telling
are
you.
not reading the Fourth Wing series, do yourself a favor and go ahead and read books 1 and 2, and now book 3 because 3's
Yeah.
out.
It's adult. It's adult. Okay, so this is not a
Very much
rec
adult.
for your high school or anything like that. But I am
No.
reading All Better Now by Neil Shusterman. It comes out in February, and it's amazing. If you liked Scythe, and it's
Mm.
definitely it's YA. It's about a disease, kind of like COVID, that takes over our world. But it makes you not it makes you happy. It makes you not worry about anything anymore. It makes you altruistic, unselfish, and so the conversation then becomes. It totally changes your personality if you're not like that already. But the conversation
Oh.
then becomes, is that something I want to do? And like people that are super wealthy end up giving away all of their money to charity. They end up becoming volunteers. So it is really
Hmm.
interesting conversation to have about humanity and just like how we are as a nation right now. And just like it's really, I just from a sociological standpoint, I have lots of thoughts on this book. So I can't wait till it comes out and see what the children think too. But it is that question: would you get sick, and would you have this so that you could be just like happy all the time?
And what was it called?
It's called All Better Now, and you'll notice from the cover, everybody's smiling. And it's just like there's a smiling person in the middle and everyone else is unhappy. And so then it's kind of
Hmm.
like, do I need the lows to appreciate the highs? Like, I mean, we're not happy all the time, but when we are, we notice it because we're not like that all the time. So I think
Right.
it opens up a lot of great conversation. If you wanted to ever do a book club pick, this would be amazing to do. It is a bit long, so only for those like that can hang with a longer book like that. But I'm really loving it.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you for that, Rick. And I'll put all those in the show notes for you guys. I actually just started Mirror Girls today.
Yes.
It's really good. I'm on like page
Isn't
15.
it?
Like I literally just started it today.
It is
Um,
really good though. I loved Mirror Girls and I love the author too. I'm trying to think, is it Kimberly something?
I want to say I'm looking it up right now. Oh,
Kelly
Kelly.
McWilliams. Her
Yeah, Kelly
mom,
McWilliams.
so Kelly McWilliams' mom
Oh
is,
yes.
do you know how I'm
Um,
saying? Jewel
yep,
Parker
yep, yep,
Rhodes? Okay,
yep,
yeah.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's
Love
it.
it. Love it. Yeah. And I just read a middle grade by Joel Parker Rhodes, Will's Ride for Home or Will's on his way to home. It's about the land rush in Oklahoma, right
Oh,
after
I
like
saw the
slavery.
cover.
Very, very well done. The audiobook is great. Loved that book. So there's another one for
And
you.
yeah, I'm gonna put that in there too. Yeah, Jewel Parker Rhodes. Um,
Will's Race
look, we
for
got
Home. That's what it's called. Yeah.
yes, and he's on the horse on the cover.
Yeah.
Western Frontier. Got me thinking about American Primeval.
Right? Are you watching that?
Yes, I was so good until the
Yes.
last 10 minutes. But anyways, Amanda, this has been a wonderful conversation. I knew it would be.
Oh, I'm so excited. I was like, we're just gonna kick it and we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Back on my library on lock vibes. Y'all know how we do around here. We just hanging out, talking library stuff.
Yes, love it. So happy you're back.
I'm happy to be back too. We'll see. We'll see how many episodes I can crank
Yes,
before the energy starts failing.
exactly. No, it's the you're so busy. GLMA, your new school. You have a
Hmm.
cute little baby boy whose cheeks I just want to
Oh
squeeze.
my gosh. And he just started saying mama literally yesterday. It's so cute.
Oh, that is
It's so
adorable.
cute.
Y'all, her
It's
kids
so
are
cute.
precious.
Oh, thank you. Yep. He just started saying it and he's already wearing it out. Like, chill.
I know
We
you
just
love me. Like,
met.
why are you obsessed with me?
Yeah, give me some. Can I have a break? But I'm so grateful that you did this. This is the first episode of season 2 of Library Unlocked, and you're my first guest of this season. I'm so, so, so grateful for you taking your time to be here and have this conversation with me. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Anytime. We love Lauren on Library on Lock. Did y'all catch all that alliteration?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a lot of L's. Well, that was an R, but
Yeah.
like,
Hello. I can't do it. Oh, man.
just silly, just silly.
You
All
are silly.
right. All right.